Hello everyone, in today's tutorial we are going to explore how to manage folder permissions and ownership in Linux. So whether you're just starting out or simply looking to refresh your skills, this video will guide you through the essentials of the chmod and chown commands in Ubuntu. Alright, let's get started. First, there are three types of permission classes you need to know. These are the owner, group, and others. And just like that, there are also three file types. The letter D stands for directories, the dash represents regular files, and lastly, the letter L stands for symbolic links. Now, the basic types of permissions in Linux include R for read, W for write, and X for execute. A dash means no permission, and D may also appear in a permission block for a certain class. Each permission string is divided into three subblocks, each corresponding to one of these permission types. When we combine all of this, a full permission string ends up with 4 blocks. You can see it all on your screen right now. Here, the first block shows the file type, the second shows the owner's permissions, the third shows the group's permissions, and finally the fourth block shows permissions for other users. So the overall structure of a permission string is pretty consistent and easy to recognize once you know what to look for. Let me show you an example. In this case, the first character, which is D, tells us this is a directory. Then the next 3 characters, RWX, represent the permissions for the owner. That means the owner can read, write, and execute. So essentially, the owner has full access to the file or folder. Now the next set, R-X, shows the group's permissions. They can read and execute, but they can't write. Finally, the last set, R-, shows that other users can only read the file. That's all they're allowed to do, just read it. And that, in a nutshell, is the basic idea behind folder permissions, especially when it comes to the X or execute bit. Before we try this out in practice, we need to understand the Linux permissions scoring system. So the permission characters RWX stand for read, write, and execute. And in Linux, each of these is assigned a specific numeric value. For example, R is worth 4, she is worth 2, and X is worth 1. This means if the owner's permission is RWX, you add 4 plus 2 plus 1, which equals 7. Now let's move on and look at a practical example. We'll start by listing all the files and folders in this directory, along with their permission details. For this example, we're going to change the permissions for a folder named scripts. Let's say we want to assign the following permissions to that folder. As you can see here, the owner gets the permission RWX, which totals 4 plus 2 plus 1 equaling 7. Meanwhile, we can see here that the group gets the permission R-X, which is 4 plus 0 plus 1, giving us 5. As for others, they get the permission R-, which adds up to 4 plus 0 equaling 4. So altogether, the permission is written as 754, exactly right. Now let's go ahead and apply these permissions to the folder. Next, let's check to see if those changes were saved successfully. At this point, we'll shift gears and look at how to change the ownership of a folder. Let's begin by finding folders in this directory that have the drwx permission. In this case, we will change the ownership of the folder called scripts. You can also assign group ownership, and here's how to do that. So to recap, today we learned how to manage Linux folder permissions and ownership using the chmod and chown commands. If you'd like to learn more, be sure to check out our other videos on folder management and system administration. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials.